The craziest thing about this is, like, I literally left last week's episode saying, this is bad. Like, this is really, really bad. Fallon is going... Hell, the more I thought of it, the more I was like, this would be really interesting if, like, we start the show off hunting down a red dragon, and by the end, we end the show, like, maybe not actually the season, but the story as a whole, with us hunting down Fallon, because she clearly is being corrupted. The red dragon is either inside her, warping her, this, that, and the third, and halfway through the next episode, it actually surpassed how bad I thought it was gonna go. This Eldritch Horror, like, there's really no other way to put it. Like, you think you're watching this comfy cooking show, and really you're secretly watching Made in Abyss the whole time. Like, this isn't good. Like, this is real bad. I don't think there's gonna be a way to save this sister. I'm gonna put it that bluntly. I didn't really think there was by the end of last episode, but the more I see what happened with this ruler of the dungeon, I don't know what the hell this man's trying to bring back, but it can't be good. You're basically playing with Satan right now, and Jesus, man, like... Like, it wasn't all bad, mind you. Chilchuck got an amazing moment where you think it's pure cowardice and him just valuing his own life, but secretly it's actually him wanting all of his friends here to get out alive. The fact that 13 episodes, right? 13 episodes, we say we're gonna hunt the red dragon. We get to the red dragon quicker than most of us thought possible, defeat him, cook off, save the sister, and we have to go back to the surface without her. The amount of defeat and crushing sorrow, especially a character like Leos is going through, is insane. And I think had this been a one core, they would have had to end it last week. Because if they would have ended it with this episode, holy shit, that would have been the most blue balls cliffhanger ever. But what a freaking episode. Full live reaction to this or any of these wonderful, delicious, and dungeon episodes over on my Patreon. If you want to see my full and good thoughts, they're over there if you're interested. I mean... Look at this new poster they released. Do you see any happy-go-lucky cooking fun time adventures? Because I don't. I think they also released a new PV. I don't really watch PVs for stuff I'm already watching because I'd rather just see it, when it pops up. But the posters are a different beast because it's just a poster. And the poster pretty much matches what I thought is happening here. I mean, there was an entire carcass of a dragon, and now there's not. The way, like... It's so interesting with Fallon as a character because my impression, and I hate I have to do this on YouTube, I don't want you to correct me. These are my theories. These are my speculations. This is how I have fun with my anime. Don't correct me, bozos, because I know there's a couple who will try. The idea that I have with Fallon's character is that because if you look at last episode, she felt like the sister that they knew. So, Red Dragon's soul, whatever happened, Red Dragon a part of Fallon, right? Fallon is her. But as it was going on, she was progressing more into the Red Dragon's mindset and potentially becoming a new entity all at the same time. But either way, I do think a part of Fallon is still there. I just think there's more demonic energy coming from her than not. Can she be saved? Honestly, my gut says no. I really think the story would end with her not being saved, but then again, with her connection to the spirits, it's entirely possible that even if she had to die again, her spirit could live on or something. They could go that route. I mean, you can just look at this episode in particular. The spirits are actually quite peaceful. If it wasn't for them, we would have been crushed by the walls. And not only that, when they were retracing their steps, trying to get the bag and everything and, get some supplies that they left behind, ultimately Chilchuck and them were following the spirits. Yeah, sure, it passes through you and it feels like ice just penetrated your heart, but they're peaceful and they lead the way. So I think they might try to build into something like that, but it's very frightening because this Dark Elf, I didn't even realize this at the time. I mean, sure, they ended the episode last week with the Dark Elf being there. That's the same freaking Dark Elf that was giving us jump scares in the paintings. That didn't even cross my mind. Like, I remembered someone, was like, hey, you keep popping in these paintings, but I wasn't thinking much of it, and it's this bitch. And I'm like, oh my god, this dude's a bastard. This dude's a slimy, slimy bastard. Though I will admit, though, out of anything that could have happened with Marcel standing her ground, monkey clubbing her way through the blood dragons was not on my bingo card, because when she talks about how she's gonna nullify the magic... Like, rewind the last episode. She's doing some ancient dark magic, and I'm like, okay, don't trust that. No matter how good a character is, when you tap into the taboo, it's always going to lead to a bad ending. I'm getting Dragon Age flashbacks just thinking of this shit. And then she says, monkey brain go hit. And I'm like, hey, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. But that was not what I was expecting, but that's kind of hilarious. Just overall, a fantastic episode. And by the time they like fell through the floor, we got jumped by, what are they, orcs? I don't know. But basically, sister of the bro who tried to eat us at one point, and then we cooked him up a nice meal, and all's well that ends well. Was kind of nice. I questioned some of the scenes in this episode, though. Especially with Senshi, we'll get to Senshi in a minute, but was it really required of her to make that concoction, put it in her mouth, and then feed it by mouth? Probably not, because even if it was required with saliva, you could have just spit in it. I don't know, call me crazy. But Senshi, at least 2 different times, technically 3, but we'll use 2 for reference here. He kept falling into my boy Leos's lap, like he headbutted his crotch, then he fell through the floor and was in the 69 position, and then at a different point, he was wrapped around his waist. All I'm saying is, secretly, the OTP in this series might actually be Senshi and Leos. They both have a passion for food, just think about the shipping. It might actually work out. But overall, fantastic episode. It's worse than we thought, though, and this comes from someone who was literally expecting her not to make it. I just wasn't expecting it in 8 minutes of the next episode to go down this road. This has been a very, very consistent show. Production-wise, this feels like... I think I was saying it from, the first couple of episodes of this show. This could be Trigger's magnum opus, and I think it's even more true with the past month of this show. The fact that we get this carrying into this new season... Hell, and I looked at Live Chart, as it stands, there's not even a break. Usually when a show runs for 2 cours, they sometimes will take at least a week break in between seasons. We get the next episode next week, and it's going to get crazier from here. We're going to retrace our steps to the surface. I don't know how quick that will be, but then hopefully we can talk to some people, talk about the Red Dragon, maybe get some more people to travel with us. Either way, though, it's spicy. It really is, and I can't even begin to imagine how crushed Leos feels after having everything back and it being ripped away even worse. But Chilchuck was definitely an all-star. I mean, Chilchuck's a character who has a lot of cowardly-like behaviors, or he's a lot more, maybe too logical to the point that he feels cold, but the fact that secretly this whole thing was him just wanting his people not to die, that he cares for them, and it's not just about saving his own skin, it's about saving theirs as well. And if it wasn't for that collective, really what it was Senshi saying we have no more seasoning. Jokes aside though, it all mattered, and I've been wanting to see more Chilchuck greatness, and that was a really great moment for him. But let me know what you thought of this week's episode down below, and where do you think it's gonna go from here? Leave a like if you enjoyed, subscribe if you're around here, of course ring the bell so you get notified when I upload more, and like I mentioned, we have a full live reaction over on my Patreon. Hey, while you're over there, I'll also give you a video shout out. So today we got Diedrich Savon, Davlin, Harry Truscott, and Furno 19Z. So I appreciate the support, everyone. Please take care and have a good one.